Is he holding balloons? Yep. Congratulations on whatever you're celebrating. Sponsored or not, and this one is sponsored by CalDigit, I wouldn't normally make a video about a Thunderbolt dock. I mean, how interesting could one of these possibly be? The answer today is very. This is the TS4 Thunderbolt Station 4 from CalDigit. It features a whopping 18 ports of connectivity. Oh my gosh, is this bigger than their old ones too? Okay. Excuse me, 18 ports of connectivity, a total of 98 watts of power to a connected Thunderbolt compatible computer, and another 20 watts of charging out of this Type-C on the front. As for the rest of the ports, they have more pedestrian power outputs, but let's put it this way. Altogether, you're looking at a power brick that is not only large, but also in charge. Get it? Get it? In charge? Large in charge? Come on! That's pretty funny. The point is, it's a 200 watt brick for a freaking Thunderbolt dock. I've sorted through all the accessories that matter. This one right here is a 2-foot Thunderbolt 4 cable. You can tell because it says Thunderbolt 4 on it. Not particularly long, but certainly long enough to plug into the back of the dock, the one labeled computer. There we go. And connect to either the right or left side of your preferred device. You can also stand it up like this, but I'll talk a little bit more about that later. You've also got the power brick that I talked about before, as well as a standard C13 power connector that goes into it, because this ain't no little boy. I said I'd get to the alternative to standing it up. You can also lay it down flat with these little silicone feet things. I think they've revised the design a little bit over the years, but fundamentally it's the same idea. You just pick any one of the ribs that you like along the bottom. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna bother my OCD brothers in arms out there, and I'm gonna put it on like this.
Monster.
I know. You put those little feet on there, a little something like that, or however you prefer. Flip that bad boy over, and it's not gonna slip around on the table when you go to plug in a cable. We can test that. We can actually validate that. Let's go ahead. Well, it slips a little. Let's try it on a hard surface instead of an LTTstore.com mouse pad. Okay, it could be stickier. The really exciting stuff is yet to come though, because for me, it's not about the sheer number of ports or even necessarily the power output, because I use my Thunderbolt dock at a desktop. For me, it's about the kind of connectivity. So on the front, you've got your SD card, you've got your micro SD. Yeah, having both of those natively means no more adapters sitting on my desk. You've also got that 20 watt fast chargers. So that's to quickly top up your phone, or what I'm gonna use it for is I like to put my phone on a little stand under my monitor when I'm streaming. So this will allow me to do that and charge at the same time. I believe this one does 7.5 watts. You've also got a Type A on the front because CalDigit does not discriminate against people who still use Type A. Headphone microphone combo jack. And then on the back, this right here. 2.5 gigabit LAN, thank you. This is the only dock on the market that has 2.5 gig Ethernet combined with all this other connectivity so that you can get lightning fast access to network shared resources. And the thing is that gigabit is fast enough for transferring small files. It's fine. But today, if you want to edit video off of a NAS, you want 2.5 gig, and now you've flippin' got it. It also, conveniently, has 2 more Thunderbolt ports off of it. That's a funny one. I'd actually love to see how this is wired up electrically, because is it like the first 2 hops of a 6-device daisy chain? Couldn't actually answer that one for you. 4 Type A's, you've got to line in a headphone jack if you don't like that combo port at the front, another USB-C, but not Thunderbolt this time, and DisplayPort 1.4. So on this bad boy, you can do multiple high resolution displays, dual 4Ks on Windows and up to dual 6K displays on Mac. To be clear, that's not CalDigit's fault, that particular limitation. It's just because of the way that Apple implements Thunderbolt. It's just kind of a little bit better. One thing that it's missing is HDMI, but this doesn't bother me because USB-C or DisplayPort to HDMI adapters are pretty much a dime a dozen. In fact, they actually sent over a couple of those, I think, to show off. USB-C to HDMI 2.0 does up to 4K 60, I would think, if it's HDMI 2.0. So you put that bad boy on there. Oh, and if you've got dual DisplayPort monitors rather than dual Thunderbolt monitors, oh, that's why they've got the 2 Thunderbolt ports, because that's how they're doing the dual 5K or dual 6K displays on Mac. There you go. All right, well, if you're not on a Mac and you need to convert one of those to a female, DisplayPort adapter, then that's how you're gonna run your dual 4Ks. Trays and Terrason. That's super cool. Being a PC guy though, I'm not going to be benefiting from any of those Mac exclusive features. Let's go ahead and hook it up to a gaming machine, shall we? The big thing I wanna see here is 2.5 gig LAN. Thunderbolt on PC has really gotten a lot better. I mean, it was always a little better on laptops than it was on desktops, but I don't see a 2.5 gig Ethernet port here. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, here it is. No, I got it already. TS4 Windows Ethernet driver. Does this laptop actually charge off of Type-C in spite of the fact that it's a freaking gaming laptop? Okay, that's neat. I don't know that it'll do it sustained. It might just keep it from dying nearly as fast. Power brick for this laptop is freaking 250 watts. I am quite disconcerted that this network adapter is not showing up though. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Here, Brandon, check this out. Boy, the way this is labeled is not great. Oh my God, who is this? I love his bow tie. That is amazing. Good, this is working. Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's super cool. If you don't have Thunderbolt, it'll operate as a regular USB hub. Let's go ahead and plug into the right port. There's my Ethernet controller. Better make sure you plug into the right port, ladies and gentlemen. You're not gonna be doing 2.5 gig over your USB Type-C on top of everything else you got going on. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you want 2.5 gig Ethernet. That is literally 2.5 times the speed that you would get with gigabit. You know what the craziest part is? There are actually consumer applications for 2.5 gig now on the internet. Like aside from just video editing, which has been one of our big concerns over the last, 10 years. Steam games, for example. If you have enough CPU horsepower, you can actually download games in excess of 250 megabytes a second. Let's download a game. Are we managing to drain the battery? We are, 1 minute to full charge, because we're using up 40% of the CPU to download a game. I love it. Man, I think this SSD might be kind of weak. Ooh, okay, I saw it spike to 100% usage there. What are you doing, buddy? SSD's at 100%. Oh, that's more like it. Oh, CPU usage is at 80%. Oh man, yeah, we don't have the horses. All right, well, maybe not on a laptop. Oh, it's an 11900H though. If you had a faster laptop, it's actually possible you could crack 100 megabytes a second downloading games. So there's a use for 2.5 gig. Of course, the TS4, which I will be taking home. Do they know that already? Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be using this for my personal rig now. This thing is so nice, man. Having all this IO on the front now, everything. I've been using a Razer dock for a while that has the computer connection on the front instead of on the back, which, bless their hearts, in my opinion, is not the best way to do that. So having that back around to the back for cleaner cable management and then having all the ports that I will need on the front, that's the way I wanna be. But the TS4 is not the only one that I'm gonna be talking about today. There's also the Thunderbolt 4/USB 4 Element Hub. This bad boy is just 8 ports, but it can do an 8K display. It's much smaller, and it can still do that crazy power delivery to a connected laptop. That's why it still comes with a Chungus brick that's like bigger than the dock itself. Because you won't have so many devices connected to it, this brick is only 150 watts instead of 230 for the full fat TS4. But that is plenty for strong power delivery to your computer and 3 Thunderbolt 3 ports. There's your power in. 4 USB Type A's, and then of course the Thunderbolt connection to your computer. That's actually super flexible. Because these are all Thunderbolt, I mean, don't kid yourself. You're not gonna be getting, oh, well I've got a 40 gigabit connection here and then these are all Thunderbolt, so it's 40 plus 40 plus 40, I have 120 gigabit to connected devices. It just means that you get the capabilities of Thunderbolt ports. So that means that you can easily convert them to DisplayPort. You can easily break them out into additional Thunderbolt devices rather than being limited to just USB devices over a Type-C connection. connection. And because it's Thunderbolt, you can plug them into USB-C devices that are not Thunderbolt because Thunderbolt 4 is also USB-C capable. Let's have a look at what the cable management situation might look like for this boy. Probably go on the other side for this one. And just like that, all the high-speed connectivity that you are likely to need. The TS4 is like the deluxe one. This is the elemental one. That's why it's called the Element Hub. It's a little smaller, eh? Definitely more totable. Man, I wonder if the Element Hub can do anything without external power. Now I'm curious. I kinda doubt it. The answer is no, but that shouldn't come as a surprise. Thunderbolt 4 is cutting edge, and if you're gonna have this number of devices connected to it, obviously it's gonna need external power. Neither of these come cheap. The Element is 250 bucks, but it's nice and compact and totable, whereas the TS4 is 380. That's pricey, but man, it's never cool. And you can check them out at the links down below. Thanks CalDigit for sponsoring this video. You for watching. Make sure you get subscribed.